it out. Thank you very much, Bridget. Bridget and I go a very long way. I mean, we were working at the Singapore Art Museum way back then. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Simon, for gracing the occasion. Thank you, Tim Page, for coming all the way from Australia to be here with us today. Thank you, Mr. Chin Sa-chong, for being my first source of information for the Singapore photographers. Thank you, Mr. Sam Yuk-tat, for giving me the contact of Mr. Chin and for subsequently doing so many works. And thank you to the Kanagaratnam family for contacting us when they found out about the exhibition. I didn't prepare a speech because I really didn't know how to put a lot of my emotions down on paper. When Rafael, my partner, and I first came across the exhibition, it was through something we saw online and through the book. And seeing it up here today in the gallery, it's a whole different experience, and it has evoked so much more emotion in me, and I hope it will in you. And it's very difficult to say how I feel tonight because we've been trying to put this together for many years now, and we've always wondered how it would be possible because it's such a huge show. It would cost so much money to bring to Singapore, and also there was that possibility of researching about the Singaporean photographers, and really, if anything at all, I think for me that was the big motivation to bring the show to Singapore. I'd like to really touch a little bit more about three Singaporean photographers. I think for me, they represent a symbol of bravery, symbol of friendship, symbol of Singaporeans who are international in their outlook. Even before we had campaigns in Singapore, these three men went out there and decided to do something different, decided to be part of the international community. So the photographs, the images they caught on their cameras and on their in their film cameras and in their still cameras were beamed across the world, were all over the international newspapers, and I think that's something that Singaporeans have to be proud of. We never think that Singaporeans can do that. We never think that it's possible for Singaporeans to be so brave, but we can. And I found that courage in the three Singaporean photographers. As I read the pages of a book written by a good friend of Sam Kai-fei and Terry Koo, I learned about how they were together in Singapore as colleagues at the Straits Times, how they went to Vietnam together, how they looked out for each other, and then finally how they died together. And for me, it was a completely moving experience just reading those lines. When I met with the Kanagaratnam family not too long ago, and they told me about their brother, about how he was a daredevil and how he was brave, and in fact one of his younger brothers described him as being almost too brave, and this was what actually led him to leave Singapore, to seek adventure outside, and to bring us these images. I feel comforted in that thought to know that I have fellow Singaporeans who are able to do that, and I find inspiration in that. I'm not going to say too much anymore because I think the pictures will tell a lot more than what I can say. I just want to say thank you again to Bridget for putting this together for us. It would not have been possible without her and her team, Iris and Angeline. The crates came later than we expected, so it was a mad rush towards the end. So I must commend them for their wonderful professional work. You see over 250 photographs, and it's no joke to hang 250 works. I'd like to thank my own team from Fish Communications who took time to help with the communications of the festival and particularly of this exhibition, who also found inspiration in this exhibition. I had a team of very young people working for me, and some of them didn't even know about Vietnam, and I think this exhibition, working on this exhibition, opened up their eyes, and they began to understand the significance of the war in Southeast Asia. So I'd like to thank my whole team, Yunjing, Sharon, Julie, Ayn, Nirwan, Pauline, and our new recent addition, Tim. Did I forget anyone? Rafael. So thank you very much for all your hard work. So I'd like to now invite Mr. Tim Page. I mean, he's here to speak to you, and you probably want to listen to his stories more than mine. So Mr. Page, please.